Dear children, I taught you economics lesson third, money and credit. In this chapter, I also taught you money as medium of exchange, drawback of barter system, and modern forms of money. Now, look at the page number 420. Point repeat modern forms of money. Modern forms of money. Money is something that can act as a medium of exchange in transaction. Modern form of money is currency, paper, notes and coins. Before the introduction of coins, a variety of objects were used as money. In the early age, grains and the cattle were used as money. Subsequently, the use of metallic coins of gold, silver, copper, extra currency. It is a generally accepted form of money. It includes coins and paper notes. It is issued by government and circulate within an economy. आपको ये हमने पढ़ाया था मनी किसे कहते हैं? वह पदार्थ जो सरकार द्वारा प्रमाणित किया गया हो, सर्टिफाई किया गया हो कि मैं धारक को बेरर को इतने रुपए देने का वचन देता हूँ और हमारे व्यवहार में उसका उपयोग हो रहा हो, सब लोग स्वीकार कर रहे हों, ऐसे पदार्थ को हम मनी कहते हैं। वही बात यहाँ कही गई है, इशू बाय गवर्नमेंट और सर्कुलेट विद इन एन इकोनॉमी, हमारी जो अर्थव्यवस्था सर्कुलेट कर रही है। Modern currency is not made of precious metal and such as gold, silver, copper, nor is it anything of daily use like grain and the cattle. The modern currency has no intrinsic value or use of its own except as a medium of exchange. In India, the Reserve Bank of India issued currency notes on behalf of the government of India as permitted. No other individual or organization is allowed to issue currencies. On the currency note, you can see a statement making promise of paying a particular amount to the bearer of the currency note. No individual in India can legally refuse a payment made in rupees, hence the rupee is widely accepted as a medium of exchange. Now, deposits with bank. The other form in which people hold money is as deposit with bank. People deposit their extra money, the money left after spending on their daily needs, with banks by opening a bank account in their name. Banks accept the deposits and pay an interest on the deposits as well. In this way, people's money remains safe with the bank as they earn an interest. People can also withdraw their money whenever they require. Since the deposit in the bank account can be withdrawn on demand, these deposits are called demand deposits. A saving bank account in a bank is its example. Now, check facility. A check is basically a paper instructing the bank to pay a amount from the person's account to the person in whose name the check has been issued. The facility of check against demand deposit makes it possible to directly settle payment without the use of cash for payment through check. The bearer who has an account with the bank makes out a check for a specific amount. Now, loan activities of banks. Let us see what the banks do with the deposit which they accept from the public. There is an interesting mechanism at work here. Banks keep only a small proportion of their deposits as cash with themselves. For example, banks in India these days hold about 15% of their deposits as cash. This is kept as provision to pay to the depositors who might come to withdraw money from the bank on any given day. Since on any particular day, only some of its many depositors come to withdraw their cash, the bank is able to manage with this cash. Banks use the major portion of the deposits to extended loans. There is huge demand for loans for various economic activities. Banks make use of the deposits to meet the loan requirements of the people. In this way, banks function as mediator between those who have surplus funds, the depositors, and those who are in need in these funds, the borrowers. Banks charge a higher interest rate on the loan than that they offer on deposits. The difference between the interest what is charged from the borrowers and the interest what is paid to depositors is their main source of income. Two different credit situations now. Credit or loan refers to an agreement wherein the lender supplies the borrower with the money, goods or services in return for the promise of future payment. A large number of transactions in our day-to-day activities involve credit in some form or other. The following two are examples of working of credit. Now, credit for business purpose. Next day.